This is actually an upgrade for me. The first place I ever owned was in Europe, and I had 180 square feet to call my own. So by those standards, this is palatial. I bought the unit pre-construction, which gave me a good opportunity to work with the builder on modifications. With the use of furniture, and you can see it in the living room, I, like most designers, like to elevate furniture from the floor, and that allows those sight lines to go from baseboard to baseboard. But I paired it up with some heavier elements like the coffee table, which happens to be really, it weighs a ton, but it's petrified wood, and I like that balance between light and heavy. The kitchen is entirely redesigned. The fridge used to be on the right-hand side, and I still don't to this day understand how I would have been able to open the fridge door more than 90 degrees, but ultimately that was the design. I worked with it to redesign the kitchen altogether so that I would allow that void where the fridge would have been to now be an appliance stack with additional storage, and that allows me to put appliances that I would have otherwise put on the countertop, nicely hidden away, but still available for plug-in and for use for every day. I devised an extra piece of quartz to go over the cooktop when not in use. That doubles the space that I can lay out food and drinks for guests. I used an entirely different surface for the island. That was a natural stone quartzite, and I really like the textured hone look to it. On certain angles, when the light hits it, a lot of the veins are in fact indented, and it looks almost like a skating rink, so I was pleased that I was able to contrast those two materials. This is definitely one of my favorite pieces, and what really helped install it the way I wanted to was the drop ceiling. It hides and conceals all the componentry and guts that you don't want to see, and it also allowed me to position the light exactly where I wanted to. You can see the varied heights. It lends to it being nice and quirky, but also very modern and very architectural. All of the furniture in the main living area, its profile is quite thin. The sofa, for example, just to make it appear much larger than it is, I did an armless sofa. The pieces are very flexible as well. You'll see under the side table I have a high wooden stool. And if I do have guests over, I can quickly pull that out for additional seating. I like to look outside. A swivel chair was more appropriate for me, knowing that I was unlikely to pick up furniture and turn it around every time I was either having a conversation or thinking. The utility door is always in the place that you at least wanted. In this case, it was right smack in the living room. To conceal the door here, I very easily did it with big box store MDF planks. I nail gunned it to the wall, and for the most part, it's concealed and it's not noticeable that it's actually there. I think every good living room should have a fireplace if possible. The design is quite unique. It perks people's interest as they walk in because they haven't seen it before, and it's a nice touch, I think, in the space. While I wish I had deeper pockets to do more substantial artwork in the living area, I think the solution that I found, which cost me next to nothing, is a very quirky way for me to infuse some personality in the space. And then I paired it with two photographs that my father took, in fact, from 1969 on lunar landing, just to make it a little bit like a quirky combination. Most condos of this size have small bedrooms, and that is the case here. I tried to maximize storage by using one little nook that would have logically been good for a dresser by installing a full floor-to-ceiling storage cabinet, which not only has hanging space for clothing, but also has an open section for television, and for my fiance, there's space for jewelry and other knickknacks. I always intended for the den to also function as the second bedroom, and for that to work, the desk in fact folds down and permits a Murphy bed, which is hidden over to the side, to pull out. All the cabinetry is touch latch, and the style is very cohesive so that I'm not mixing and matching different kinds of elements throughout the condominium. I wanted to offer some space where people could hang a jacket or hang an umbrella, and this was one solution that I came up with. These are really great. They're designed by Tom Dixon, and I think they just add a splash of color into the kitchen and are very quite muted and modern. I find there's calm in the place when you come home, and there's a very even rhythm to minimize the number of pieces of furniture that would otherwise require. I've pared it down to keep it nice and open and feel larger than it actually is.